Greetings everyone, Zannrath here. Welcome back to more Hearthstone, some more solo adventures here in Ice Crown. Lich King 9 class challenge, of course, and Shaman is up next. So here we go, the Jade Murloc King, because it's mostly Jades and Murlocs. Who would have thought? So, yeah, we're going to be looking for that 1-2 punch. That is pretty common in most of these encounters with the Lich King here. Most of the decks with the other classes have had a 1-2 that we look for. And we don't have it here. But that's kind of what we expect, right? We don't want to make things too hard for the Lich King. He needs all the help he can to defeat us. And there is a 1, there is a 2, but that's not the 2 that we necessarily are looking for. So yeah. Anyways, here is our speak of the devil. That is the 2 we're actually looking for. All right. So here it is. Necrotic Plague. Set minions in your opponent's hand and deck to 1/1. It's going to come out the 2/3, and we got the perfect counter for that. That's exactly what we need. Yeah. Next turn, I guess, is going to be Feral into Primal Fin. The turn after. So there we go. Clean it up, nice and easy. We got the Shallow Gravedigger. Oh, and it's actually a 3/1 still. That's kind of cool. Because, it wasn't in our deck. So that's nice. We got the Devolve. That's what we're going to be, utilizing on the, Frostmourne turn. Cold Wraith comes down, as we expect. There's that. So yeah, we toss out the Primal Fin. Guess we go face. We'll probably go here. Yeah, we weren't overloaded. We had the J Lightning, but of course we had to kind of set this up. I guess we have the J Lightning for this now. So there's that trade. Or I can Jade Claws. How would this work? If I Jade Claws, I go like hit, and then I can go like hit, and leave this up. Yeah, I can get behind that, I think. So we'll throw this out, put that. These will go here. That will go face. That as well. Frost, or the Spirit Wolf as well, and then this, where do I want to put this? If I were to get some, what do you call it, Flame Tongue, I guess I'll put it here, so that way, put the Flame Tongue here, or here, well, it's going to kill this, never mind, put it here, and this can deal with the Belcher next turn. No, it's got a Water Elemental, okay, so I guess we can Jade Lightning that, look, there's the Flame Tongue. Guess we'll just J Lightning this, hit, trade these 2 in. Next turn is going to be Blizzard, so that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. I mean, it's pretty much kind of, if he just Blizzards you on this turn, it's almost pretty much GG. There's like a very low chance, so here's the Blizzard. Nope, just gonna Belcher. Okay, well, that is a little shocking. Second Devolve, we kind of want a Lightning Storm here for his Frostmourne turn, but let's go ahead and Totem. Hope we get us Taunt, and we're not going to, because, like I said, that'd be a little too easy. This will go there, and Fugan, huh? All right. Well, I probably should have put it on the other side because I didn't need this. I missed 2 damage basically, right? Because I could have positioned it a little bit better. Yeah. Well, that's too bad. So here is Frostmourne. It's gonna kill this guy, which is too bad. But yeah, I missed. I think technically I would have gotten 2 more damage there. Bloodlust here actually might be lethal. Oh, it actually goes for the Flame Tongue. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I think that actually, well, it depends on how many taunts he gets. He's probably gonna get a lot. No. Okay. Well, this is, I mean, 3, and we have 6, so that's 18 plus 10, 12, right? So that's 30 damage. All right. We'll go. So we should have -8 if I did my math right, which could very well not be the case. Nope, it is. I guess I am good at math. Perfect. Hit him in the face so hard, lags the game. That's what we would like. Alright. Well, let's see. It's it's a card in the background, in case you're wondering. But what was the Thrall thing? I can't remember what it is. Death Knight is called. But Death Seer. Okay. The shaman's mind was overwhelmed with voices, a cacophony of the dead. The Death Seer closed his eyes and uttered a single word: sleep. That's kind of a little less exciting than some of the other heroes. Alright. That is our, 7th rune? Cool. Let's go ahead and check out the deck. Here it is. The Jade Murloc King. So yeah, obviously we want the Murloc Tidecaller into, where is it? The Rockpool Hunter, because if he coins out the 2/3 like we saw, you perfectly deal with it, right? And you leave up your Tidecaller. Otherwise, all your minions are 1/1, but the Jades, because they're not cards in your hand or deck, they come out with their full stats. I think Discover minions also work like that because obviously they're not in your hand or deck. That's why the Shallow Gravedigger or whatever was a 3/1. So the alternative deck that I thought about for this was like an Evolve deck because, as you saw with his minions, when I devolved, well, actually no, that doesn't make sense because all his minions are normal stats anyways. But yeah, if you evolve your minions, they will have full stats because they weren't in your hand or deck. So thought about doing an evolution deck or evolve deck rather, but this one kind of seemed fairly simple enough, straightforward enough. The only thing I guess is yeah, like I said, there's your 1/2. 3, 4, 5 is kind of like, just keep the board clean. Hopefully you get a wide board to take advantage of Bloodlust. With ideally, you have to have a devolve basically for his Frostmourne turn. That's kind of how you get rid of everything. Ideally you would have a devolve into like a Lightning Storm. I guess there'd be some 2-drops that potentially could survive it. I guess anything with 3 health, or like Totem Golems. Just give him like 6 Totem Golems. Yeah, so ideally you'll have like a big board going into his what do you call it? Frostmourne turn. And then if you have Bloodlust, if you have a big enough board, you're probably just gonna win right there. As long as you have the devolve ready. You don't necessarily need the Lightning Storm if you have all the pieces. But yeah, the big things with this deck at least is if you get like a decent enough early game, which for the most part you will, I think. The really only challenge is to kind of like have a big enough board going into the Frostmourne turn, because it's very easy for him to just go ahead and like obliterate your like a big Murloc Tidehunter. I think he does like know to go for like Murloc War Leaders and like Flame Tongue Totems with his obliterates. Like if you just have a bunch of 1/1s on the board and you have like Flame Tongue and or like Murloc War Leaders, he might go for those. Basically anything that has like a buff or like an aura effect. So you kind of have to dodge the obliterates. And of course, most games, like I probably played 5 or 6 matches prior to this recording, and I would say most of the time he had Blizzard on turn 6. Actually, that's probably a lie. Not 5 or 6, but maybe like 7 or 8. And a majority of the time he had Blizzard on turn 6, which basically clears your board and you're just kind of GG. I guess unless you have just like crazy good reload with like some double call in the finishers or something like that. But yeah, you really kind of just depend on having a big board, hoping you dodge obliterates. Well, obliterates are kind of hit and miss, but dodging that Blizzard on turn 6 into the Frostmourne turn and having the devolve, and that's kind of what you need to set yourself up. And otherwise, like you saw, just finish them off with the Bloodlust, because otherwise, I guess unless you have other like more devolves post Frostmourne, it's going to be kind of tough just because all your minions are so small. And then when he can just kind of unload his hand with like pretty significant minion, like mid-range minions that you can't really trade very effectively with, it's going to get pretty difficult. So you kind of have to depend on that the Bloodlust to help finish the game shortly after Frostmourne. Although I guess technically it probably is possible to kill him before Frostmourne if everything kind of goes your way, and then you just have a bloodlust and like some big tide callers into like a nice little bloodlust. But anyways, that's it for Shaman. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.